So the first question that we have, if you had to choose one, what is your favorite story from your life?
Well, I think one of the biggest ones was when I won the election for the legislature up in Alaska.
I think my favorite story is when Joanne and I were first married, we'd drive around the city looking for a place to live.
I won by something like 68 votes, and then they were still waiting for the military vote to come in, so I actually end up winning by 73 votes. And it was just an amazing moment.
And we'd always end up on this little street up on Capitol Hill. Well, one day we came by and there was a sign on the we kind of panicked, but we did look at it. We moved into it with our 6-month-old child.
I went into that election wanting to stand up and make a statement against what I saw that was happening.
What wisdom can you pass down from your, election story?
Well, stand up fiercely for what you believe in. Even though you have to have a commitment. You have to absolutely have a commitment to what you believe in and be ready to take it on.
Find one thing that you really do well and build on that. And it may not be your work, it may not be your life thing, but it's something that you can build on and improve and do really well and be proud of for your accomplishment in that regard.
Oftentimes people would say in my campaign speeches that I use the word I instead of saying team and all of us and all that kind of thing. At that moment, all I could think of was that I was standing in the middle of the freeway and a bus was coming. I mean, I did this like solo, right, and got this. And so I thought, I'm the one that's going to get this bus. And so that's why I say you need to go into something with a fierceness and a strong belief.
When you meet people, what's most important to me anyway, is not what they're doing, but what they are. What are their beliefs, what are their values, what do they pride themselves in, but it's more important is what kind of person they are in their life. That to me is something I value.
When was the last time you felt connected to an older person?
The greatest connection I think I've had, and especially recently, is the one to my grandma. Every time we go visit her, there's something new she has to say, some new piece of our family's past, our history.
I think I'm really missing out on some diverse opinions and life stories. I mean, the older generation has so much to teach us. They've lived so much longer than we have, especially as this newer generation. We really have a lot to learn from them, I feel like. And I think I've kind of missed out on a lot of social skills and a lot of important things.
For every 25 social interactions that they have with anyone, only one of those involves a young person.
And in fact, I went over to Lincoln one time and I heard a concert. And it was so embracing and so wonderful, the embracing of everybody, of all gender or preferences or beliefs. The love that I saw coming from the students that night and the applause and just the embracing of everyone.
A lot of older people tend to live in isolation, particularly if they've been in their home for a long time and they don't want to move anywhere. Social isolation is the most difficult thing for older people, I think.
The relationships you have with each other. You have no idea the effect that you have on other people.
Welcome and actually go and talk to the people from another age group, say hello. We find that even the really small daily interactions that you have, even commuting with people, are linked to positive emotions.
A few months ago, I lost my oldest son, and he was vibrant. He was a paramedic, and he was out there. He was out there, and it was a great shock, and it changed the way I look at everything. And so you say, when you first sat down, you said nothing extraordinary happened. Everything is pretty, predictable. No, it's not.
get a common ground of conversation is really a challenge. And until you can get that common ground, and I'm not sure what that is, because if we can talk about those common things, not just between generations, but between people of different cultures as well. So that's finding those common things.
My son took on life with gusto, and he faced every day with take it on, bring it, you know. And I would say that you should all do the same thing, and just understand that there is no prediction. You don't know what it is. But if you can stand up for your own value, if you can really get in there and understand that you have a value that you will fight for.
What's most enjoyable for you? Using your phone to talk to somebody in Ballard, or going and having a coffee or a drink with them someplace in Ballard and sitting down and talking? Yeah, I think that's maintaining the personal contact, especially when you think about the importance of that with people of different races and different cultures, different parts of the world. You know, you think you have instant contact with them, but you don't really have that experience with them.
Sometimes I think that young people haven't really gotten to the point where they think they had to do that or they should be doing that, because they're just living their life by day, taking the test and doing homework and doing that kind of thing. But you need to pick that up and decide what it is that you're willing to stand up for. It has a lot to do with communication and how you affect other people. And I've been so used to saying in my life that big events are what capture attention. That the little people, the day-by-day people, are not that important. But when he passed, when he died, he had an enormous effect on people. At his memorial, people came from the time he was in high school to the last one that he rescued on the streets from a drug overdose. I mean, there were hundreds of people. And it meant something so important to them, this death that he had. So what I'm talking about here is the relationships you have with each other. You have no idea the effect that you have on other people. You know, you might just say, oh, you know, he's a good buddy and he's this or that, but actually there is something that's magic that happens between people you talk to and the effect on their lives that you have. So I would say in this whole communication thing, it's everything. The way you talk to other people, the way you come to their help, the way you express yourself could mean the whole difference in their life. And you have no idea. You kind of write it off, oh yeah, but that person hasn't written it off. That person remembers what you said.
Bury me please in the Puget Sound. There'll be waves as shackles are holding me down. There'll be no struggle nor shameful whisper of doubt. Just bury me please in the Sound. Let me down peacefully on the rocks. Let the tides roll over and carry my thoughts. Hundreds of miles between me and any other dock. So let me down